All right, everyone, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trade. Today is Friday, October 4th, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Again, take advantage of that sale here. Multiple winners again today. One in the swing service on TMV. Told you guys not to be long TLT this week. Jobs, 254K versus 125. That was telegraphed here, and a couple of shorts that we got off in the trading room here, one on RTY and the other on NQ. And you're not going to find anyone else who knows how to short into a move like this. Or maybe you do, but not using the techniques I do. Anyway, let's get into the market here today. So spiders, you're up 1%, 51.50 close right on the button there. And hey, we got a little bit away from 570. I'm still going to leave that line there because I don't trust anything until we really break this range completely. But, we're still inside of that, right here, 575, we'll call it, to 565 area. So like a 100-point range or so on the markets. But we did close away from 570 here today. And again, that puts, we talked about this earlier, talked about it all week, talked about it for probably 2 weeks now. That puts bulls back in control, right? So 570, we're above that. We gapped above it, gap and crap, and then kind of hit, retest, and then a nice pop there into the end of the day. So really on all time frames, no problems here. So again, conservatively, I mentioned last week, a conservative short or a hedge here could be in order. And we got the sell on Tuesday, on Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. And 1-2 here, and then a nice up move. So one of the things we talked about is event volatility versus what the market would look at with yields here. And obviously you can see yields. There's the 2-year, 3.93. That's up 22.5 basis points. So again, market not really caring about the rate cut odds going down. JPM now reporting that they're looking for 25 instead of 50, which I don't even know if they can do that. This right here, that's where Fed funds is, 483. And if this starts to push back above 4, which I think can happen, even a 25 basis point cut is going to take you down to like right here. You're going to be kind of close to that 2-year yield. So there might not even be that much room. Look at the 30-year here today. Told you guys this was likely to happen. So we're close to 4.3, 4.35 is probably max move for now. 10's getting up to 4%. If this starts to break that, again, I think, we start to see a 10-year above 4, I think that will be problematic for the market. So right now, saying all that to say this, no problems technically, right? This was an area for maybe harvesting gains. I still don't see a ton of upside here in the short term. But that said, trend is up. You're above all the moving averages. Volume's light. You had a new all-time weekly closing high this week. So no problems here, but I still see their potential for a little bit of risk here as we get into the next couple of weeks. But again, markets here are fine outside of that. But it is really amusing to me. This was so easy to, the only thing that didn't make this easy to figure out was if, it's like, is it too obvious? Is it too obvious, right? They're not going to go, guys, the election's in 4.5 weeks. They're not going to make the jobs print, 80,000 or something like that, or even in line. It's going to beat. And I called for above 200K, said I wouldn't even be surprised to see a 3 handle, and we got closer to a 3 handle than we were to 200. So amusing, kind of predictable, but and I didn't think the 2-year was going to rally that much, but it really did. But here, either way, spiders here, again, still acting well, new all-time highs. We'll see next week. Does that yield continue up? Does it cause any problems? Next level's obviously 580. Or 5,800 on SPX. So it'll be interesting to see there. Does it come back up? And, do yields make that move, and do we come back in, and is it a false breakout? So that's just what I see right now. There's no problems here with the market, but I still see that pocket of risk here. So market's acting well. And then here's the other positive. QQQ closed a week above 486. That was not a given until really the end of the day. So good move here. And again, green week, fractionally, but still green week for the triple Qs. So not that far off of 500. I believe there was some, there's a minor little level. It'll probably be there Monday at 490 on QQQ. That's just ODTE stuff, so we'll just be watching that Monday. But anyway, IWM here, back above the trend line of 1.4. Again, a lot of things, took a pretty good dip in the morning. This is a great short. And did not close up near the highs of the day, but still held up okay. This is going to be rate sensitive, obviously. So with rates down, not going to have as much of a tailwind behind it. You can see the spiders and the Qs close right at the highs of the day. IWM not so much. We have CPI late next week, but we have it next week. So we'll see. That's going to be keyed in on now because remember, so it was all about jobs for a while. Now inflation is going to come back to the forefront a little bit with yields starting to creep back up. But either way here, Dow here up 82 basis points via the DIA. Again, no problems with the pattern. I just don't love it. Still inside of that tail candle. 425 still resistance for now. SMH here, still a laggard. So this is there's another problem here with the market. I would prefer the semis to be outperforming. By the way, what price did I tell you NVIDIA would close at today? So you can remember that. I don't just make that stuff up. But SMH here, again, still kind of a laggard, still a little bit of a lower high. I would prefer a weekly close above 250. And, even above this pivot would be nice here, 253, 32. So it's still a laggard sector, but you got stocks like Meta at new all-time highs. So Lizard Man's really killing it right now. Google still acting well here. Netflix right off new all-time highs. Amazon got a nice bounce. Apple was still a little bit on the weaker side, but that pattern is still good on Apple. And then you've got, my favorite, which is IGV up 1.8. So new weekly closing high for IGV. So Island, no follow through. So good move there for IGV. Cloud still remains a really strong sector. Dow Transport's up 44 basis points here, bounced into 50 MA and held up. Choppy week, choppy pattern, ultimately still very bullish though, in the big picture. All right, we talked a lot about rates already, so we'll just skip that for now. XHB, this is one of the weak sectors today, so go figure. Today was the day that XHB picked to be weak. Pretty good outside move, actually, down 1.3. It still held the 20 MA, though. So no real issues. Red week, though. So home builder's a little bit weak. VNQ almost got to 94. Did it get to 94? Yeah, 94.24. And it bounced at the 50 MA. So we'll see if that can get a bounce here next week. It probably will. What you want to watch now for is does it put in a lower high, though? And I would not want to see it close below 94.80 on a weekly because that would negate that breakup bar. But 618 held. It just took some time. By the way, defensives here today. XLU down 16 basis points. Came off the lows. XLP up a quarter. And XLV fractionally higher. So they're still holding up. XLF up 1.7. Again, this is a huge positive here. So JPM, we've been watching this very closely here lately. And now it looks like we're going to have a higher low. If we can take out this high, then we should go up and try to test 215. And then if we can close above that red bar, it's got the all clear. But XLF looks pretty solid. KRE up 2%. Nice bounce off the wedge. KBE. And broker dealers, of course, they made a new all-time high and all-time weekly closing high. That was obvious, right? We all knew that was going to happen. Oil here up 1.26. It did come off the highs pretty sharply, though. So I don't know if there's some profit taking into the weekend, maybe. Maybe it's a little overblown going into the weekend with the escalation fear. I don't know. But guess what? You reclaimed all the moving averages, though, on a weekly close. So right now, that's a positive, and it looks like we're going to close above. Yeah, it looks like we're going to close above that red bar high on the weekly. unless we dump out in the next 30 minutes, which is very unlikely. So that's a big positive for oil. So I think I said 76, right? Did I say 76 yesterday? And looks like it went up to 75.50, 57. So now we watch for pattern here. If this flags, I think it goes higher. XLE, it's like halfway to that inverse head and shoulder target right now. XOP, hammering right on resistance. And OIH triggered inverse head and shoulders as well. So energy stocks, I mean, I wouldn't chase tech here. I think if there's an area to look at for longs, you can long these on pattern, right? Like I'm not chasing Meta at all-time highs. I mean, yeah, it could go higher, but there's value here. And I mean, XLE, I've talked about this before, but look at this monthly. You just get rid of everything here. That's just a big consolidation. But look at the monthly inside bar. That's ready to go. Exxon Mobil, that's red. That is going. So I do like energy here. I do think it's very interesting. CCJ again just doesn't want to go down. Let's see. We'll see if it goes and back test the previous. Remember, this is the head and shoulder neckline. We went to target. Now let's see if we round trip it. I mean, we've already round tripped the breakdown, but we'll see if we round trip the trend line. My guess is we will. Probably Monday. And that's maybe where we can look for a pullback. But what have we got? I told you guys W bottom here. I didn't think we were going to go that high that fast. So amazing move there. URNM, nice weekly close, strong. And same thing with NJ. I would like to see it close above yesterday's high, but that's okay. There's some resistance here at 24 and then the 200 MA right above. Nat gas finally pulling back down 4.5. So this is why I won't chase it. I want to see more consolidation. And then I think this goes into the mid to low threes. Dollar index, where did it stop? 102.50. Told you guys that's where it was going to go. Beautiful play here. It's just perfect. So that's a beautiful look there. And we knew yields were signaling that as well. By the way, everybody's favorite dollar yen, same exact setup. Very nice move. Liquidity grab, divergent low, boom. Gold was all over the map today. It tried to make a new high this morning and then it just couldn't. But pattern-wise, it's still very strong. So no problems with that pattern. Silver made new multi-year highs and it couldn't hold. But it's, again, no problems with that pattern. That is fine. That can break out anytime it wants. Platinum was a little soft, but not terrible. And then palladium here up about almost 1.25. That's still trying for a higher low. Copper is just waiting for this 20 MA to catch up on the daily. Nice bull inside bar. So the metals are strong here. And I remain bullish there. Remember, gold loves not only money printing, but it loves this instability that's being created by yields. So it's kind of like a win-win. Bitcoin, good day here. Pretty much a trend day. Like this trended up more than the market even. We had a good move this morning and then pull back and then it just really kind of just melted up all day. Whereas you look at the futures, it's really, really choppy. We ended up closing at the highs of the day, but Bitcoin is more of a, outside of this little dip, it was just kind of straight up. Again, no changes. If this becomes a higher low, again, it's going, and it's not going to look back. You know, we get a dip, I'm a buyer. Simple as that. So again, markets, again, no problems here. 57.50 close, new all-time weekly high. I'm just not so sure how much upside this particular leg has. I know we're consolidating here. I'm just not seeing it right now. Doesn't mean to, you know, go all in short. I don't think anybody should be doing that here, nor did I ever suggest that. But we'll see. 58's next level. I want to see how that reacts. But overall, a lot of opportunities out there. We'll see how it trades into the next couple of weeks. Got a big election coming up. Obviously, we're only 4 weeks away now. So a lot of implications there. A lot of stocks getting affected. But right now, market's holding up all right. And we'll leave it at that for now. So again, you guys take care. Have a great weekend. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com, and I'll see you guys all next week.